They call you dangerous. They call you manipulative. They say you are the villain of the Zodiac. No sign in the entire celestial wheel is feared, misunderstood, or flat out hated, quite like Scorpio. People see the sting and they run. They see the intensity and they look away. But what they are truly terrified of is your depth. They hate you because they cannot control you. They hate you because they cannot read you. Most people live their lives in the shallows, playing games and wearing masks. But you live in the deep end. You are the only sign that has the courage to look at the parts of life that everyone else tries to ignore. And most of all, they hate you because you are a living mirror. When someone looks at a Scorpio, they don't see you. They see the truth they are trying to hide from themselves. Today, we are going to dive deep into the shadows. We are going to explore the 21 psychological and spiritual reasons why Scorpio is the most hated sign in the world. We are starting our countdown at number 21, and we are going to peel back the layers of your soul one by one. But you must stay with me until we reach number 1, because at number 1, I am going to reveal the ultimate secret of the Phoenix. The one reason that proves that the hatred you receive is actually a form of accidental worship. Turn off the lights. Get comfortable in the darkness. Let's talk about why the world is afraid of the Scorpion. 21, the lie detector eyes. People hate Scorpio because you can see right through them. God gave you X-ray vision for the human soul. Within 5 seconds of meeting someone, you know if they are fake. You know if they are lying about their intentions. You know if their smile is real or just a performance. Most people spend their entire lives carefully constructing a mask of perfection, and it makes them incredibly uncomfortable when you look at them and see the messy, real person underneath. This isn't a talent you can turn off, it is a constant psychic scan. People feel exposed in your presence, as if you are reading their private diary just by making eye contact. They hate that they can't pretend to be something they are not when you are in the room. They feel like you are judging them, but in reality, you are just observing the raw truth. Psychologically, people project their own insecurities onto you. Because you see their darkness, they decide that you must be the dark one. They hate the mirror for what it shows, so they try to break the glass. You are the only sign that forces people to be honest, and most people are simply not ready for that level of reality. 20, the all or nothing intensity. Scorpios do not have a low setting. You don't do casual. You love with your whole heart, or you don't care at all. You work until you collapse, or you don't start. This intensity is terrifying to people who live moderate or shallow lives. The world likes things to be medium, but you are always extreme. You are either the ice or the fire. There is no lukewarm in the world of Scorpio. People hate this because it feels too much for them to handle. They feel overwhelmed by your psychic energy. If you are in a room, you take up all the emotional space. You make normal people feel boring, flat, and weak. Your passion highlights their lack of it, and that creates a deep subconscious resentment. This intensity also applies to your focus. When you want something, you become obsessed. You will study it, track it, and hunt it until it is yours. People call this scary or unhinged because they don't understand that for a Scorpio, obsession is just another word for dedication. They hate your fire because they only have a flicker, and your light makes their darkness look even darker. 19, the Fort Knox privacy. You are a mystery wrapped in a riddle, locked inside a vault. You can know everything about someone else, their childhood trauma, their bank balance, their secrets, but they know almost nothing about you. You keep your inner world under lock and key. People hate this because they think you are hiding something bad or malicious. In reality, you just don't trust the world with your heart. You know that information is the ultimate power, and you aren't giving your power away for free to people who haven't earned it. But to others, your silence feels like a threat. They feel like you're plotting something behind that calm face. This privacy makes people feel excluded. They want to be in your inner circle, but you keep the gate locked until you are 100% sure of their loyalty. People hate what they cannot enter and what they cannot understand. Your mystery makes them feel small and insignificant, so they call you shady to make themselves feel better. 18. The psychic sting of truth. When a Scorpio finally decides to speak, they don't use small talk. They use truth bombs. If someone hurts you or crosses a boundary, you know exactly what words will hurt them the most. You don't just throw insults, you go for the jugular. You know their deepest insecurity, the thing they are most ashamed of, and you aren't afraid to use it as a weapon of defense. People hate this sting because it is always accurate. You don't lie when you're angry. You just tell the truth with a sharp edge. You tell them the one thing about themselves they were hoping no one would ever notice. This creates a psychological wound that can last for years. Even when you aren't trying to be mean, your honesty is uncomfortably sharp. You don't sugarcoat the world. You see things as they are, and you say things as they are. The world hates a Scorpio's cold, hard facts because they would rather be told a beautiful lie than an ugly truth. Your honesty feels like an attack on their comfort. 17. The Plutonian power of silence. You can win an entire war without saying a single word. Your silence isn't empty, it is heavy. It has its own gravity. When you are angry or disappointed and you go silent, the whole room feels the shift in the atmosphere. People hate this because they can't argue with silence. They want you to yell and scream so they can feel even with you. Instead, you just look at them. That Scorpio stare makes people feel like they are being weighed and measured by the universe itself. It creates a psychological pressure that makes people start babbling or admitting to things they didn't even do, just to make the silence stop. This power is deeply intimidating. People equate your silence with manipulation. They think you are calculating your next move, measuring the distance for the killing blow. And usually you are. They hate that they are playing checkers while you're playing 4D chess in total, terrifying silence. 16. The unshakable memory. A Scorpio never forgets a detail. Not a birthday, not a promise, and especially not a betrayal. You can remember a sarcastic comment made by a coworker 10 years ago as if it happened 10 minutes ago. People hate this because they want you to just get over it. They want to move on without actually fixing what they broke. They want to be forgiven without doing the work of being sorry. But you are the sign of karma. You believe that every action has a consequence, and you aren't going to let someone off the hook just because time has passed. If someone was fake to you once, they are fake forever in your book of records. This makes you difficult or stubborn in the eyes of the world. They call you resentful or bitter because you won't participate in their collective amnesia. They don't understand that your memory is your survival mechanism. You don't hold grudges, you hold data. And people hate being on the wrong side of your data set. 15. The sexual magnetism jealousy. Even if you are wearing a paper bag, Scorpios have a raw magnetic energy. It is an animalistic, primal pull that sits in your aura. People are often attracted to you against their own will, and they hate you for it. They hate that you have that much power over their heart or their desire without even trying. This creates massive amounts of jealousy from others. People feel threatened by your very presence. They feel like you are going to steal their partner, their job, or their spotlight just by standing there. You radiate a frequency of power, and people who feel powerless in their own lives find that offensive. You carry the energy of the taboo. You represent the things society tries to hide: deep passion, death, and primal desire. People hate you because you remind them of their own forbidden urges. You are the dark temptation they are afraid to admit they love, and they punish you for the guilt they feel. 14. The detective mindset. You don't take anything at face value. You dig. You look at the fine print. You check the story 3 different times. People hate this because they can't get one over on you. You are the one who finds the hidden motive in every random gesture. You know that everyone has an agenda, and you're determined to find out what it is. To a Scorpio, there is always a layer beneath the layer. People call this paranoia. They say you are cynical and untrusting. But the truth is, you are just realistic. You have seen the basement of the human soul, and you know it's messy down there. You aren't being mean, you're being careful. This makes people feel inspected and judged. They feel like they are constantly under a microscope when they are around you. Nobody likes to be figured out, especially not by someone as thorough as a Scorpio. They hate that you are always 3 steps ahead of their game and that you can see the end of the story before they've even finished the first chapter. 13. The unbought loyalty. You cannot be bought, you cannot be bribed, and you cannot be bullied into submission. Your loyalty is to your own soul, your own principles, and a very few select people who have earned your trust. You don't care about clout, popularity, or social status. People hate this because they can't use you as a pawn. In a world where almost everyone is for sale if the price is right, a Scorpio is a major problem. You don't follow the leader if you think the leader is a fraud. You are the rebel who doesn't need a crowd to feel brave. You are perfectly comfortable standing alone if it means standing in your truth. This independence is deeply insulting to status seekers. They hate that you don't care about their rank or their titles. You look at a king and a beggar with the same intense, penetrating eyes. Your unmanipulatable nature makes you the ultimate enemy of any corrupt system. They hate that they have no leverage over you. 12. The transformation ghosting. Scorpios have the power of the reset button. You can walk away from a 10-year career, a long relationship, or a city you've lived in forever and never look back once. You have the ability to die to your old life and be reborn as someone completely different. People hate this because they feel disposable in your wake. They don't understand that you aren't being cold, you are just evolving. When a version of your life is finished, you burn the bridge so you don't have the temptation to go back to a place where you no longer grow. You are the master of the total eclipse of the past. To the people you leave behind, this feels like cold-blooded abandonment. They hate that you can survive and thrive without them so easily. They hate that you can delete the past while they are still crying over the memories. You are the master of the clean break. And that level of detachment is terrifying to people who are addicted to their attachments. 11. The shadow worker vibe. You are comfortable in the dark. You like talking about the things that make other people nervous. Death, taxes, trauma, psychology, and the end. People hate this because they feel you kill the vibe of their surface level happiness. You bring the reality into the room when they just want to stay in the fantasy. They want to stay on the surface, where it's safe and sunny. You want to go to the deep end, where it's cold and real. This makes you heavy to be around for people who aren't ready to face themselves. You are the person who asks the real question at the party, and it makes people want to run. They call you morbid or depressing. They don't understand that you find life and beauty in the shadows. By being comfortable with the dark side of life, you make them feel shallow and unprepared. They hate you because you remind them that the end is always coming and that they haven't done the inner work to face it. 10. The testing phase. Before a Scorpio ever gives you their trust, they put you through a test. You might act distant to see if they will chase you. You might tell them a tiny fake secret to see if they spread it. People hate this because they feel manipulated or played. They feel like they are in a maze they didn't sign up for. They don't realize that your trust is a holy grail. You don't give it to just anyone because you know how much power it carries. You are looking for the real ones in a world of actors. You are looking for the gold in the dross. But to the person being tested, it feels like toxic mind games. They hate the hoops they have to jump through just to get to your heart. They don't understand that once they pass that test, they have a protector and an ally for life who will go to hell and back for them. They just hate the entrance exam to your soul. 9. The emotional vampire accusation. Because you feel things with such atomic intensity, your energy is very magnetic. People feel pulled into your emotional field. If you are sad, the whole house feels heavy. If you are angry, the very walls seem to shake. You have a broadcasting soul that sends out its frequency with a lot of power. People hate this because they feel drained by your depth. They don't have the emotional lungs to swim as deep as you do, and they feel like they are drowning in your intensity. They want you to lighten up so they can feel comfortable again. They call you dramatic or needy, even though you are actually the most self-sufficient sign in the zodiac. They just can't handle the volume of your spirit. They hate you because your feelings are louder than theirs, and it forces them to feel things they would rather keep buried. 8. The vengeance legend. The world firmly believes that if you cross a Scorpio, your life is over. The legend of Scorpio revenge is more famous than the sign itself. People hate you because they are preemptively afraid of you. They treat you like a villain before you've even had breakfast. They gatekeep you. They talk behind your back in whispers because they are too scared to say anything to your face. They assume you are plotting even when you are just thinking about what to have for dinner. You are judged for a crime you haven't even committed yet. The great irony is that most Scorpios don't waste their precious energy on revenge. They just delete you from their existence and move on. But the threat of your sting is enough to make people hate you out of pure, unadulterated fear. They hate you for the stab they think is coming, and they use that fear as an excuse to be cruel to you first. 7. The stoic poker face. You can be going through a literal hell on the inside, heartbreak, loss, or pain, and look like a stone statue on the outside. You don't give anything away. People hate this because they can't get a read on you. They feel like you are hiding your vulnerability to maintain a position of power. In a world where everyone overshares every emotion on social media, your stoicism looks like arrogance or coldness. They think you are better than them because you don't cry or panic in public. They want to see you crack. They hate that they can't break you. They want to see you sweat or beg, but you stay cool and contained. This emotional control makes people feel inferior and unstable by comparison, so they call you cold-hearted to protect their own egos. 6. The sarcastic bite. Scorpio humor is dark, dry, and incredibly sharp. You use sarcasm like a surgical scalpel. You can say something funny that actually contains a deep, biting critique of society or a person's behavior. You don't tell jokes, you tell truths that happen to be funny. People hate this because they don't know if they should laugh or be offended. Usually they end up offended because they feel the sting in the joke. They feel like your humor is mean-spirited or bitter. You just find the absurdity in the pain. But because you don't smile or giggle while you say it, they think you are being malicious. They hate that they aren't fast enough to get the joke without feeling the sharp edge of the truth behind it. 5. The control freak reputation. You don't like surprises, you don't like chaos, and you certainly don't like being told what to do. You like to know the plan from start to finish. You like to control your environment and your destiny. People hate this because they want you to just go with the flow. But for a Scorpio, the flow is usually headed for a waterfall, and you want to be the one steering the boat. This makes you look bossy, dominant, or controlling to those who are more passive. You have an unmovable will that frustrates those who want to sway you. They hate that you won't surrender your vision to the group. You are a fixed sign, which means you are the anchor. But an anchor is a problem for people who want to drift aimlessly. They hate your steadfast nature because it forces them to be accountable. 4. The intimacy demand. When you are with someone, whether a friend or a lover, you want to know their soul. You don't care about their job title or their car. You ask questions like, what is your biggest regret? Or what do you think happens when we die? On the very first meeting. People hate this because it's too heavy, too fast. They want to talk about the weather and the latest TV show. You want to talk about the underworld. This emotional hunger for depth scares people away. They feel interrogated or stalked by your curiosity. They hate that you won't let them stay on the surface where it's safe and light. You demand realness, and most people are terrified of being real. They hate you because you make them feel shallow and uninteresting if they don't have a deep answer for you. 3, the unbreakable will. You are the sign that can survive a nuclear winter and come out looking for a snack. You are the ultimate survivor. People hate this because you make their struggles look small and insignificant. You can endure pain, betrayal, and loss that would break anyone else in half. This strength is deeply intimidating to the average person. People feel weak and whiny around you. They hate that you don't complain as much as they do, even when you have more reason to. Your resilience is a silent judgment on their fragility. They want you to be human and fail so they can feel better about themselves, but you just keep rising like a machine. This relentless energy makes people feel lazy or inadequate, so they call you obsessive or unnatural to explain away your power. 2, the mirror effect. This is the psychological core of the hatred. Scorpio is a cosmic mirror. When people look at you, they don't see you, they see their own shadow. If they have lies in them, they see lies in you. If they are greedy or jealous, they project that onto your every move. They hate you because you activate the part of themselves they have tried to kill or hide. You don't even have to do anything. Your presence is a truth serum that brings their demons to the surface. They feel dirty around you because you are so purely intense. They demonize you so they don't have to look at their own inner demons. You are the scapegoat for everyone's unprocessed emotional garbage. They hate the reflection they see in your eyes, so they try to break the mirror. They hate you because you are the truth they aren't brave enough to tell themselves. 1, the Phoenix Resurrection, the ultimate secret. The number one reason why Scorpio is the most hated sign in the zodiac, the reason that makes you truly unbeatable, is because you are the only sign that can win by losing. You are ruled by Pluto, the god of the underworld and hidden wealth. This gives you the divine power of resurrection. When the world hates you, attacks you, betrays you, and buries you deep in the ground, you don't stay dead. You use that hatred as high-octane fuel. You turn the dirt they throw on you into gold. You are the phoenix. Every time they kill you, you come back bigger, faster, and stronger. People hate you because they cannot destroy you. They have tried to cancel you, break your heart, ruin your name, and steal your joy. But you always emerge from the ashes more beautiful and more powerful than before. Their hatred is actually a confession of their own defeat. They hate you because you are unkillable. You are the end and the beginning all in one body. You are the master of life and death, and that kind of absolute power will always be hated by those who are afraid to live. If you are a Scorpio watching this today, I want you to wear the world's hatred like a suit of golden armor. It is the ultimate sign that you are doing something right. It is a sign that you are real in a world that is increasingly fake. Never water down your intensity just to make small people feel comfortable. If they can't handle your heat, let them leave the kitchen. To those who hate Scorpios, I invite you to check your own heart. What is it about the Scorpion that scares you so much? What secret are you hiding that their eyes are seeing? Maybe it's time to stop running and start digging into your own soul. Before we fade back into the shadows, go to the comments right now and type, "I am the Phoenix." Let's show the world that you cannot keep a Scorpio down. Subscribe to this channel if you aren't afraid of the deep truth and the dark light. Remember, the deeper the shadow, the brighter the light that cast it. Stay intense, stay real.